What's up guys, it's Oblivious Gamer here, and this video will be my review on Volume 1 for Gundam Battle Operation Code Fairy. For those that don't know, Gundam Battle Operation Code Fairy is basically Gundam Battle Operation 2, but with a story, though it's its own game. So it's not an addition to Battle Operations 2 or like a extra mode or a season pass or anything related to Battle Operations 2. Like, this has nothing to do with that. Code Fairy is technically its own game that you have to purchase. So you can purchase this game without needing to play Battle Operations 2 or even have it installed. However, there are benefits if you're a player for Battle Operations 2. You can get some goodies between both games for playing, because technically they use the same game engine, like they did explain it when they announced the game. A thing to note is that this game will have 3 volumes. Right now, Volume 1 was released, which contains Chapter 1 to Chapter 5 of the story. Mobile Suit Gundam Battle Operations Code Fairy tells the story of the Noisy Fairy, a secret unit led by Alma and under direct control of Kycilia of the Principality of Sion. The game takes place during the One-Year War, and it showcases the unit's struggle as it tries to break through in the North America continent. To be honest, I was quite surprised with this game. Not too much with the gameplay, because it's basically Battle Operations 2 with some slight changes, but what I was quite surprised with was the story, how much effort it was put when it comes to the animation, cutscenes, voice acting, and story overall. Personally, I'm liking a lot this package. Now, before I continue, if you like the content, don't forget to subscribe. When I first saw Code Fairy or what it was gonna be, I really didn't set my expectations high. Like, my expectations were set very low. A part of me thought this was just gonna be a cash grab or a lazy attempt to try to bring more eyes into Battle Operations 2. However, when I started playing the game, I was quite surprised with what it actually turned out to be and how much effort has been put into the game. The character models look really good. I was like, wait, is this the Battle Operations 2 engine? What the fuck? Obviously, you know, they're not gonna win any awards. Like, it's not the most beautiful looking game, but it does look better compared to, you know, the in-game characters from Battle Operations 2. Then there are the actual anime cutscenes, which are animated super well. Then when the characters talk and you see their portrait just talking, how much detail and emotions there is, like, I was shocked when I was seeing. And then of course the in-game cutscenes are quite nice, especially when there is fighting between the mobile suits. Like, they can look really good. For the gameplay, well, it's pretty much Battle Operations 2, you know, you get to see you control the mobile suit from a third person perspective. The movement, you know, it's a bit slowish. So if you don't like the gameplay from Battle Operations 2, I don't know if this would be the game for you. I haven't played Battle Operations 2 in years, but at least from what I remember, it really feels the same. As I mentioned, the movement is a bit slow, as it's not supposed to be this fast-paced game. It's supposed to be a bit more tactical, or, you know, you just don't run and gun, you know, or you just don't go and melee people, because there's actually overheating. It takes time to, you know, reset to neutral. I don't know other way to describe it, but say it's a bit slow, but there is a reason behind. You have to be smart how to engage, when to use melee, when to counter, and for some people this might feel a bit disjointed or slow. For me, the gameplay of Battle Operations 2 has been fine. I'm not a fan of it, but I also don't dislike it. Now, there are some changes, such as the additions of abilities that each character have, which they help in battle, but it's not like a big change for the gameplay. You can also control your squad, and that helps you in fight, especially as you're trying to hit specific mobile suits or targets. But it's pretty much Battle Operations 2, and you might get tired of me saying that phrase a lot. Also, a lot of mechanics still remains, in the sense of like how your mobile suit levels up or you upgraded it, such as, you know, you can add parts and there's like different levels for the parts. There's also like mobile suits that are from level 1 to level 3. So even with that aspect, it's very similar. There's not a lot of changes there. A lot of the missions can be boiled down to destroy all these units or destroy a specific target, which I found it fun, but I understand for some it could be repetitive. So that's a thing to consider. Also, once you finish the story mode, there's still lots you can do, such as run the simulator, where you can complete missions to unlock better parts, use different mobile suits that you cannot use in the story mode, and just have fun. They also add another story where basically it's a mode where you get to see the perspective of Mia and Helena, who are your squad mates. Now, the story is divided in chapters and it treats itself like anime episodes, where every chapter you will hear this amazing opening, and this nice ending when the chapter is over. Also, you get to watch chapter previews before every chapter. Now, it's very hard for me to gauge the story, tell you if it's good or bad, because it's incomplete. It's kind of like you watching 2 to 3 episodes of an anime and trying to rate the entire series just based on that. At least the first chapters are a bit slow as they focus on introducing the unit Noisy Fairy and its squad members, getting to know them a bit, getting also to know our main character Alma, and also every chapter in volume 1 features like some sort of training mission where it literally teaches you the game. So again, you might feel annoyed about that, especially if you are used to playing Battle Operations 2. So that's another thing to consider. I also do understand some people might be put off due to the style and the vibes the game gives, especially with our protagonist and her squad. Despite even being a game that focuses on Sion, we don't get many games that focuses on that, and I think we haven't got one in a long time. For me at least, I decided to give it a shot, despite, the looks of the characters and everything, and I encourage you, if you're undecided, to try it. Like I said, I came quite surprised and with a positive outlook. There are references, of course, to the 1 Year War and characters. I don't think you need to be familiar with the story and the outcomes to play the game, but it would benefit you to know, as you will be able to get the references. So for $19.99, I don't think it's a bad game. I actually had fun playing the game, and I'm looking forward to continue the story. I think the story seems interesting enough as, it progresses. There's quite some stuff that you start picking up with certain characters. The animation is really good, the art style, and the cutscenes. Gameplay for me was fine. It's not the highlight, but maybe for you it might be. And like I said, even once you're done with the main story, there's still things for you to do, like the simulator, for example. So for $19.99, for Volume 1, I can recommend this game unless you're not a fan of the Battle Operations 2 gameplay, because if you didn't like it there, you won't like the gameplay here, since it's mostly the same. I think for this game, I will do a review for each volume, then do an overall review once all 3 volumes are out, and give my final thoughts on the story. I'm looking forward to Volume 2, and will give you guys my thoughts once it comes out. So what are your thoughts? Have you tried Battle Operations Code Fairy? Feel free to leave your thoughts down below. This has been Oblivious Gamer, and I hope you'll have a wonderful day or night, wherever you are.